This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Skin clean and nice and ting and ting. I'm Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Are you ready? Are you guys ready? Well, it's time. It's time. A very, very big encounter. Very, very big one. And you know what's at stake, folks? Well, a very, very interesting one. And what is that in particular? Well, folks, it's the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship. Hello, everyone. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. Yep, this is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So, folks, it's crunch time now. We're at the stage of the competition where it's win or you go home. Simple as that. It's either you win or you go home. Simply put, win or go home. Win or go home. There's no alternative there. And this is the stage of the competition where penalty kicks come into play in a massive way. So, yep, penalty shootouts come into play. And you're going to see on your screen right now the round of 16 pairings that we'll get into. Big Papa says Honduras is better than Jamaica. Well, Honduras is not playing Jamaica and most likely won't meet each other until potentially the final at this. Yeah, that's when both teams will meet each other potentially. But if you want to talk about qualifying for FIFA tournaments, Honduras has qualified for more FIFA tournaments than Jamaica. Yeah. Karumi Huey, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well, sir. Guys, if you haven't already, smash the like button. And after you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. All right, guys? Quite simply. Simple. Yes, Abs. I'm doing good. How are things in London? Get to go to the Adidas launch in London, you know? Adidas launch in Jamaica. So that will be something to pay keen and close attention to as well. There will be a launch, and the launch on the island should take place next week. So early next week. So exciting times that lie ahead. So folks, let's now talk about Jamaica and Guatemala. Yep, that's right, folks, at the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship. A big one. A very, very big test. Very, very big test. Guatemala, they've never qualified for the Under-17 World Cup. They've never qualified for the Under-17. They've qualified for an Under-20 World Cup, and a FIFA Futsal World Cup, but they haven't qualified for the Under-17 World Cup. In fact, their best run at the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship was a quarterfinal run in 2013. That was their best run. In the last edition of the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship in 2019, Guatemala were eliminated in the round of 16 phase of the competition. Yep, Guatemala, they fell 2-0 to Panama in that competition. In 2017, the tournament was hosted in Panama, but Guatemala did not qualify. In 2015, it was hosted in Honduras. And in that tournament itself, Guatemala finished 4th in the group stages out of 6 teams. 2013, like I said, in the Under-17 Championship, where they went to the quarterfinals, well, they were eliminated to Mexico. Had they defeated Mexico, they would have qualified for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. The last time that both teams met at this level, it was 2011, and Jamaica, 12 years ago, won that game by 1-0. Who was the goal scorer? Jason Wright. That's right. February 19, 2011, Jason Wright scored for Jamaica. Jason Wright scored for Jamaica in a 1-0 victory over Guatemala. Can you believe it, folks? Just 2 years shy of 12 years ago, Jamaica defeated Guatemala 1-0 at the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship, which was hosted in Jamaica at the Catherine Hall Stadium in Montego Bay with just over 6,000 fans within the stands. And we saw what happened. Jamaica not only booked their passage towards the quarterfinals, but eventually topped the group, played Honduras, and we know the rest is history, right? Booked qualification to the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. So it's been quite a compelling story, Jamaica, Guatemala, especially at the senior team level. It's been a game where goals have been scored between Jamaica and Guatemala. We can go back to the Gold Cup of 2005 as that match ended 4-3. Back to the Under-17 level, though. In 2003, Jamaica defeated Guatemala 3-2. So 2011 and 2003, Jamaica won those games in particular. So we know for sure that in relation to the Under-17 Championship in particular, where Jamaica is concerned, they have gotten good results against Guatemala. So that is something that is on Jamaica's side of things. The results against Guatemala at the Under-17 level have been positive. So when you go back even to the 90s, Jamaica defeated Guatemala 3-1. So 1991, 2003, and also 2011 as well, Jamaica has defeated Guatemala. So Jamaica has done well against Guatemala at the Under-17 level. It has been one of note, a very, very good one of note. And Jamaica, 3 wins, 3 games played. So it's good where that is concerned. I'll be coming to the comments quite shortly, but I want to stress a point in particular in relation to Guatemala. Guatemala, their games, they played at Estadio Loreto Galmach Flores Stadium for each of their 3 games. Jamaica played at the exact same venue. For the round of 16 clash, it will also be at the same stadium as well. And this game will be under the lights, 8 o'clock Jamaica time. 8 o'clock. So it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, the second game that Jamaica is playing in this tournament, of course, back-to-back under the lights. So that is what we can be extremely wary about where this is concerned. Doing well currently in Cairo, covering the Under-20. Okay, very, very nice. Very, very nice. RR says, Coach Russell Reynolds to finish the campaign. Remember, it's a tandem, you know. It's a team with Coach Reynolds, Andrew Pearce, and Marin Gordon with the ideas and everything of that nature, you know. So it's basically a matter where it's a team effort, you know. But I must say that yesterday was the best performance that we saw of the under-17 Reggae Boys, you know. So that was really, really good. So that's what we can say, you know. So I'm looking forward to that in particular. So yeah. So yeah, let's go through some of the other comments that you guys have to say. All right. Okay, let's see what we have to say here. Watch the game yesterday. We looked good up to 73 minutes until we get the red card, the referee out for Jamaica. There were some poor decisions in that game. So there's been some poor decisions. Really, really poor decisions. So yeah. That's the matter there. Okay, folks. So look at the matches in particular. And if you guys haven't already, smash the like button. And after you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. All right, guys? So go right ahead and do that. Let's get right into the matter, shall we? Yep, let's do that. Let's go right into the matter. So, folks, here are the fixtures. Mexico against Nicaragua. Jamaica, Guatemala. United States versus the Dominican Republic. Canada versus Haiti. Costa Rica against Puerto Rico. Panama against Cuba. Honduras against Bermuda. And El Salvador against Trinidad and Tobago. So that's the situation, folks. That's the situation that we have at this point in time. A situation that we just can't ignore. So let us look at the permutations. All right, guys? Let's do that. Let's look at the permutations. What does it mean? So Mexico, Nicaragua, we know that will play El Salvador, Trinidad. So it could be Mexico, Trinidad in the quarterfinals, or Mexico, El Salvador. Panama, Cuba versus Honduras, Bermuda. So could be Panama, Honduras in the quarterfinals. Panama or Honduras will get to under-17 World Cup. Wow. Look at that. Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, and Canada, Haiti. So you're looking at Costa Rica versus Canada or Haiti for a quarterfinal, for a World Cup ticket. Could be Costa Rica, Canada. And the final one in the train, Jamaica, Guatemala versus USA, Dominican Republic. Jamaica, USA, right? Jamaica, USA. Look at that. What does that sound? Jamaica versus the United States. It must be said, though, Jamaica has defeated the United States more than once at the under-17 level. They have. 2007 under David Hunt, and also 2015 under Andrew Edwards. So Jamaica has defeated the United States twice. Yeah, that's right, twice. Jamaica, match 28. And of course, match 29 is a situation with Guatemala. Yeah. So, with that being said, the fixture, Jamaica against Guatemala, could potentially mean that the United States and Jamaica will also play under the lights as well. Under the lights as well. Quite a keenly contested battle that lies ahead. You know? So, a good match. A great match in store, if it is to come to be. Jamaica, USA. So, let's talk a little bit about Guatemala so that you guys are a bit more aware about them, so that you know their strengths, their weaknesses. So, of all the Central American teams, the Costa Ricas, the Panamas, the Honduras, the El Salvadors, Guatemala, they're not at the upper echelons of those sort of teams, but that doesn't mean that they should be underestimated. They do have quality players, and there is a Guatemalan diaspora that is growing and has been in the United States for quite some time. John Lutin is one to watch in the States. He's at FC Dallas's academy, so Malachi Molina will know him extremely well. if John Luton is to take the field in goal for the Guatemalan outfit. Also, in terms of the defensive options, Nicolas Chinchilla, a 16-year-old defender who plays for Maryland United, and Jeffrey Lopez, also in defense as well, playing for New York City FC Academy. In the midfield options, they do have 3 players apply their trade within the United States, and specifically with academies that are in Major League Soccer. Matthew Evans, LAFC Academy, Anthony Resones, New York City FC Academy, and Olga Escobar, New England Revolution Academy. So they have players that are a part of those academies in particular. So they have players that have done their stuff. Prior to the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship, they had a friendly against Canada, which was in Guatemala, and that match ended 0-0. How did Guatemala do in terms of the group stages of the competition? Well, just to recap your memory, Guatemala finished 3rd in Group E. Yeah, that's right. Guatemala finished 3rd in Group E, the host nation. Yep, that is right. Let's see what BM said. Simon beat the USA in 2015, but lost the other game to them, which would have sent us. I'm aware of the penalty shootout. It's a funny thing because in official statistics, when a game goes to penalty shootout, the game is awarded a draw, but a penalty shootout has been always the deciding factor. But yes, I remember that game extremely well. In the group stages, Jamaica won 1-0, Nicholas Nelson penalty, but I know what happened in the shootout. It's very, very unfortunate how that transpired, which is great that we got some penalty shootout practice prior to leaving Jamaica, as Jamaica took on Trinidad and Tobago in 2 friendlies. Jamaica won 4-3 and 4-2 in the shootout. Joshua Grant was brilliant in the second shootout at St. Elizabeth Technical. So, yeah. So that's what we can note from that standpoint. So to recap, Guatemala. Let's recap Guatemala and how they have done so far within the competition. Well, they've scored 8 goals, and just like Jamaica, they've conceded 6. Jamaica now, they've scored 7 goals, and Jamaica conceded 6. So Guatemala have scored 1 more goal than Jamaica, but Guatemala scored all those 8 goals in 1 game. That's right. They lost 1-0 to Panama. They lost 2-0 to Mexico. And look at the times that Guatemala concedes their goals. 16th minute, 25th minute, 29th minute. 3 of those 6 goals coming in the first half an hour of a game. They do take time to get into their shape. There are a team that really, if you attack them within the opening 10 minutes, they will take time to settle. If you go at them from the get-go, they will struggle. And that is why it's so important to have that such positive start. Take that long-range shots when you have space. You see a gap, exploit it, because they won't expect it. They won't. And that is why it's so imperative that that is something that is worked upon, you know? So personally, I hope that it is something that I expect, you know? So hopefully that opens up, you know? So yeah. So that's something for us to look out for. And 1-0 to Panama, 2-0 to Mexico, and they fell 8-3. Well, they won 8-3 over, that's right, Curaçao. What a game, a seesaw game that was. They were leading 4-2 at halftime. Quite a game that was so far. Now, in relation to the players that have been performing so well for them, Olga Escobar, folks. Olga Escobar. He is the danger man. New England Revolution Academy, 16-year-old midfielder, not afraid to attack and to pull his team forward. Olga Escobar has scored 3 goals so far. Santiago Gazaro has scored 2 goals for the Guatemalan team as well. Santiago Gazaro has been one of the important components to this team as well. With Santiago and his involvement with the team, he plays for Comunicaciones FC Academy in Guatemala, but he's already been highly touted to be involved in the senior team for Guatemala quite shortly. So his process would be expedited from the U-17 past the U-20 and eventually into the senior team as well. So that's how highly they rate him in particular. So you guys might say, okay, well, what about the Jamaican side of things? What can we look forward to? All right, folks, let's have at it, shall we? So all 6 of Jamaica's goals have come after the 78th minute of the game. All of Jamaica's goals that they've conceded have come after that period of time. Against Cuba, minutes 78 and 89. Against Guatemala, minutes 78 and 90. And against Costa Rica, minutes 79 and 87. So all 6 of Jamaica's goals have come in the last 12 minutes of a game. So that period, that portion of the game is an area where special attention, special eye to detail will have to be made. It's an element where those lapses in concentration will have to be brushed aside. Those particular elements will need to be improved upon. Focus, the more instruction, reminders, constant reminders about each sector and each portion of the game. If Jamaica goes 2-0 up, to not get complacent. Go for the 3rd goal. Jamaica 3-0 up, okay. How much time leave? Half an hour? Go for the 4th goal. Go for the kill. Because that will deflate Guatemala and the 12th man in their numbers. Just imagine Jamaica puts in that 3rd or their 4th goal and fans leaving the stadium. How will the players feel on the field of play? Absolutely deflated. So any opportunity, go for it. Go for the moment, because this is the opportunity to seize. A grand opportunity. As Jamaica is 2 wins away from qualifying for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. So, let's look at Jamaica, shall we? I expect Twain Lynch to be back between the sticks. I'm putting out the team so that you guys can be able to see. We will, as we know, there's Xavier Gooden that got a red card that scored that wonderful free kick. He, as you guys know, got that red card, so he won't be available for the clash against Guatemala. So here's the team that I'm going to go with. I hear Dixon, Adrian Reed, Alec Robinson, Malachi Molina, we'll have a fresh Bolt Barrett. He's got a 4-day rest compared to the rest of the squad that has played games. So he didn't play against Costa Rica, but he'll get some time against Guatemala. So he will be fresher than other members of the squad. Jordan Mangatal. With him, Albert Bennett. Number 9, Ashton Gordon. Lorraine Watson. And the youngest player on the Jamaican team, Jamani Bell, who scored Jamaica's first goal of the tournament and Jamaica's first goal in the Adidas kit. That's a statistic that will live with you forever, Jamani. You were the first player to score in Jamaica's Adidas kit. So this is the team that I expect Jamaica to go with. And this is how I expect the Guatemalan team to line up for the encounter. So they'll look like they'll be in these sorts of areas. Centrally, they will have numbers, but Jamaica, those areas will be clogged as well. So essentially, 1 bank, 2 bank, 3 banks, because their fullbacks tend to push up a little bit further than anticipated. They like to be in support. And in many occasions when they're attacking, love not only the overlap, but the underlap as well, because they have the ability to shoot with the other foot. Does it happen often? No, but it is a weapon in their arsenal that they will be and might be looking to exploit. So we'll see. We're saying Guatemala not going to beat Jamaica. I share that same sentiment as well. I think Jamaica has a good chance. Jamaica has the quality. Matches for tomorrow. At 5 o'clock is the United States. While at 8 o'clock, it's Canada against Haiti and Jamaica against Guatemala. Those are the 4 matches for tomorrow. Sunday, 5 o'clock, Costa Rica against Puerto Rico and Honduras against Bermuda, El Salvador against Trinidad and Tobago, and Panama against Cuba. Quarterfinals are slated for Tuesday and Wednesday of the coming week. Semifinals slated for Friday, and the final slated for Sunday. Yep. It's amazing how time flies by so quickly, isn't it? Yeah, very, very much so. Going by extremely fast. While this has been the case, BM, Jamaica's record against Guatemala has been one of note, as Jamaica has defeated Guatemala every time at a CONCACAF Under-17 Championship, 1991, 2003, and 2011. The different challenge that this possesses is that Guatemala is the host nation, so they will have the 12th man behind them. They will have that support in the stands. So that gives them a boost in that sense. And yes, Jamaica's record against Central American teams, we're aware about it not being the best. However, the quality on the field is what we can make special and key and important to. History was gone, but here we are in 2023, 12 years on from the last time Jamaica qualified for an Under-17 World Cup. Here we are 12 years later, and Jamaica is again playing. That's right. Guatemala. Jason Wright was the hero in 2011. Who will be the hero in 2023? Jimani Bell, Marion Watson, Ashton Gordon, Jordan Mangatal, Ahir Dixon. Will Adrian Reed Jr. get his 3rd international goal for Jamaica? Something to consider. Really something to consider. So that's something to think about. How will it go? Yep. It's an important concept to consider. So let's see how everything unfolds, But definitely, we'll be here tomorrow evening, as you guys are aware, for the watch along. We'll talk, we'll watch, and we'll see how and the approach to the contest. What do you think Jamaica can learn from the Central American teams in terms of frequency they qualify for Youth World Cups? I know talent is not the issue. RBM. So what's the benefit with Central American teams that they don't have, that Caribbean teams lack? So Central American countries, they're not islands. So they don't need to fly to go across the border. I'm not saying they don't need to. Because if you look at Belize is attached to Mexico, Guatemala is attached to Mexico, they have El Salvador, Honduras attached to one another. Then you come further down, you have Nicaragua, you have Costa Rica, and you have Panama. So the border is literally just 2 hours drive, 3 hours drive, 6 hour drive. So the cost for travel to these places are not extensive, just like, as it's not the same expense as if I want to get up and go to Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow morning. You understand what I mean? So what am I trying to say to you? It's quite simple, folks. Travel in the Caribbean is absolutely expensive. So I know I make suggestions quite often about Jamaica. Cayman is right there and Cuba is right there. But the reality is with Cayman, if you have a Jamaican passport, you need a Caymanian visa to go to Cayman. The only way that you can go to Cayman from Jamaica is if you go through the United States and you have a US visa, or you go through Canada and have a Canadian visa, or you go through the UK and you have a UK visa. That's the only way from a Jamaican. So if you want to go to Cayman and you're in Jamaica, I guess the easiest thing would be to go through Miami and Miami to Georgetown, Cayman. So there's less restrictions compared to other Caribbean islands. Outside of the English-speaking islands that are in the Caribbean, Jamaica needs visa for some of them. Some places in the Caribbean, Jamaica needs visas or tourist cards. You can't just wake up tomorrow morning and go to Martinique or Guadeloupe. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself is something that has to be thought about. What makes the Central American teams qualify for all that? They play each other very often. Even on non-FIFA windows, not even on FIFA dates, they're arranging matches regular with each other. Panama and Costa Rica, El Salvador and Honduras, Belize and Guatemala. And this is across other sporting disciplines as well. And this is what gives Central American teams that added practice. So while they're playing 6 to 10 friendly matches a calendar year, that's 10 more, 9 more, 8 more than Caribbean teams. And that is why they will always stand in strong contention to qualify for Youth World Cups unless more is being done in the Caribbean to ensure that Jamaica gets more friendly matches, not only on the island. I mean, it's great that Trinidad and Tobago is able to come here to play 2 games, but more outside as well. Get accustomed to the conditions that Jamaica will play in. Perhaps arriving in Guatemala a week before the competition, something to consider, to think about, to work on moving forward. When you're in Central American territories, usually being there 5 to 7 days before a competition is usually the best time to acclimatize. The boys, as you know, got in Thursday, some Friday, had a game Sunday. So 2.5 days, 3 days, not bad, but that is something to really, really consider, BM. Hi, Simon, just dropping in. Here, Blair, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, guys. If you haven't already, smash the like button and do let us know your thoughts. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, guys? And just to let you guys be aware as well, Jamani Bell was named in, that's right, the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship team of that's right, group stages. Jamani Bell was named in it. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, well done, well done, well done. So that in itself is something to really, really consider. So great work to Jamani Bell, the only Jamaican that was named in that aspect. So we're proud of him. Really, 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 really proud of him. And hopefully his performances will continue to improve. So yes, that's where we are now. Is there a way Jamaica can arrange games against the Central American teams? Honestly, I think there are better competition. No disrespect into the Caribbean teams. Okay, RBM. So if you're talking about Jamaica to go there, right? Let's talk about places that Jamaica can go to without needing a visa to go to those places, all right? So let's go through that again. And you guys will see in particular those countries. So let's go through the Central American countries, all right? And after we go through the Central American countries, you're going to see in particular the countries that Jamaica will need visas to go to, all right? So let's be frank, guys. Jamaica doesn't need a visa to go to Mexico at this point in time. Belize is a CARICOM nation, so a Jamaican can wake up tomorrow morning, go to Belize, and work in Belize. I think the only thing they need is like a CARICOM certificate, which can take 3 to 6 months, and they can work there and live there for the rest of their life. You can get up tomorrow morning and say you want to go to Belize, and you can go there. So, Belize. So, Mexico really is North America, but fine. Guatemala, Jamaicans need a visa to go to Guatemala. Do Jamaicans need a visa to go to El Salvador? Yes, but I understand it's a tourist card. So that's $10-15 US. So Jamaica need a visa to go there. Honduras, do Jamaicans need a visa to go to Honduras? Yes, Jamaicans need a visa to go to Honduras. Nicaragua, do Jamaicans need a visa to go to Nicaragua? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now if Jamaicans need a visa to go to Nicaragua. Visa on arrival. So like a tourist card sort of thing. Panama? No. Jamaicans do not need a visa to go to Panama. And finally, Costa Rica. Do Jamaicans need a visa to go to Costa Rica? Yes. So folks, hopefully that answers your question. So if Jamaica is going to have friendlies against these countries, most likely it's going to be a situation where these teams come to Jamaica, most likely in these sorts of situations. Not saying that we can't get visas to these places, but just most likely the scenario, because if you have a Jamaican passport, you need a visa to go to Guatemala, to go to Costa Rica, to go to Honduras, to go to El Salvador. So those countries, though, they don't need a visa to go to Jamaica. So with that being said, it's more than likely that they will come to Jamaica for matches. So the communication is there. BM, I can speak Spanish. Spanish is my third language. So more than happy to do the translation and everything of that nature. Porque son hablo español muy bien y hablo 3 idiomas ahora en mi vida. Yeah, I speak French as well. So Martinique, Guadeloupe, French Guiana, Saint Martin, Saint Bart's. I can understand Haitian Creole. I can understand it, but it takes a little bit more to really process it. It's like dragging out words in French in some instances, and like bits and pieces of parts of French words, and no Haitian Creole. So it takes some time, but I get the gist of Haitian Creole, so I'll be able to communicate if that's necessary as well. I mean, I could understand it, but I can't speak Haitian Creole, but I can speak French fluently, so I can match up a thing there. So oui, je parle français, anglais, l'espagnol et beaucoup plus, mais je ne peux pas finir en les 5 minutes. So that's something that we have to bear in mind. Okay, BM, that is imperative, extremely imperative. Those visas. The good news, though, folks, if Jamaica wins two more games, Jamaica doesn't need a visa to go to Peru. Not at all. BM says, maybe you should run for president. However, be the change we know you can be, not to be a part of the status quo. Appreciate your encouragement, BM. I will keep up the hard work, my friend. I'll keep up the hard work. I know everything will fall into place in due time. One day at a time. Yeah. One day at a time, my friend. So I'll take it from there. But yeah, exciting. Exciting times ahead. So folks, prediction for the game tomorrow. My prediction. So that's where we are. See, multilingual. Well, thanks, guys. Really appreciate your support. I have more content about What's the Deal coming your way quite soon. So you can look out for that. We know it's a busy weekend ahead. If you guys haven't already know, you guys know by now, it's going to be a super Saturday because at 8 o'clock tomorrow, it's Jamaica versus Guatemala. And at 10:50, it's Jamaica against Czech Republic. That's right. Under 17 Reggae Boys at 8 o'clock and Reggae Girls at 10:50. So it's just going to be a jam-packed day tomorrow. Jam-packed day. Plenty things are going on. Plenty things. Yep, folks. That's where we are. That's where we are right now. So, folks, let me know your thoughts. My prediction for the game tomorrow. Jamaica, 3. Guatemala, 2. What are your thoughts? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's hear what you have to say. Which team do you expect Will Jamaica be heading to the quarterfinals? I'm interested to hear your viewpoint. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. All right? Stay tuned for lots more. Oh, yeah.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.
Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.